All right, time for another episode of the Josh Cast. Currently defrosting my car because I live across the street from a park, so in the morning the dew covers my car in a romantic and very disgusting way. I'm also, somebody's trying to take my spot as I leave, and they've been waiting for me, and I'm feeling this pressure. I've got to leave now. They're waiting, Josh. They're waiting! And then I think to myself, you know what? I should be able to take my time. They have to adhere to my timetable, not their timetable. And so I sort of took my time, and they were probably fine with it, and I was fine with it, and there was no real problem there, but except for the one that I made up in my head. I'm feeling very, this feels very, I'm projecting right now, because I know that the microphone on this thing is not ideal, so I am projecting a little bit. And I fear that by projecting a little bit, I'm losing the authenticity that I'm trying to capture. Things are not going well for me. I'm very depressed. I'm angry, depressed, anxious. I tried meditating, that didn't work. That's always a thing in Star Trek. The Vulcans, they always meditate. You always know there's a problem when the meditation doesn't work. I think every single Vulcan that's when you know I've tried meditation and it has failed. I have tried meditation, Captain, and it has failed. I fear soon that this malady will overtake me and I shall lose myself to my emotions. Yeah, well, get in line! The meditation failed. Big effing surprise! That's a character they needed on Star Trek. Meditation failed. You know why? Because people are stupid. And you're stuck with them. Of course meditation failed. Sitting there counting your breaths. What good does it do when then you have to go interact with the very people who made you meditate in the first place? And that was the time that they prescribed Spock with Zoloft. And all was well for about 2 weeks. So, what is the cause of my depression? Well, I think my cousin, I know, my cousin killed himself. It's been 3 months now. 2.5 months. It's important that we gauge the time properly, isn't it? And I think all the other things in my life that are not working, I think this is the undercurrent of that. Ooh, the way I said it now, I felt very Mark Maron. It was the undercurrent of that. He hits his T's hard sometimes, as Mark Maron is wont to do. I've noticed that it gets worse when I get tired. That my brain just an endless, an endless chatter. And that's very hard to deal with. So then I meditate, and then I watch Portlandia, and I fall asleep. And that's been my life. And I'm sitting there this morning thinking, I can't be in a relationship. Not with this kind of mentality. Honey, what do you want to do today? I want to spiral into a depression and try to figure out a way to blame others. Oh. All right, well, just I'm going to go to the shopping, and when you're ready, just give me a call, and then we'll get some lunch. Sounds good. when I was growing up, it got to the point where on the weekends, my parents and I used to go to lunch together. But it got to the point, once I became a teenager, that I could not spend the morning or the afternoon with them. I was too angry. So we just did dinner. So basically, I guess what I just said is that I'm depressed in the morning and the afternoon, and then it gets really bad in the evening. So you'd think maybe what happens is by the time we get to the evening, I get too tired to, process or ignore the depression. How's the year starting off? Why do I do this to myself every year? Oh, this is going to be the year. This is going to be the year. In January, that's what everyone, there's this renewed vigor. Oh, this year it's going to be different. And then it's not. It's never different. There hasn't been a year where suddenly there was no global warming. Suddenly all the nations of the world came together in peace and love. And everyone had sex at least once a week. That's never happened. Of course the meditation's not working. I was given a book on depression. And I kind of skipped around to the end. And I saw blah, blah, blah. Meditation seems to help. Da, 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 da. Thank you. Meditation. Got it. So yes, I have been meditating every day. And as a result of meditating every day, I can safely say I am now only depressed. I think I pulled it, I'm just above clinical depression to moderate depression. That's where we're at. That's what meditation gives you. Just enough to get out of bed. I also went to the dentist. I was told I have gingivitis. I have to brush and floss better. My body's getting old. My body is getting old. And I'm eating too many nuts. I don't know if the nuts are related to gingivitis. I missed my other podcast I'm supposed to be doing. I've just been a disaster this week. I want to go back to that guy on the Enterprise in Star Trek, the yelly guy. It needed that. What do you mean you're going to trust the aliens? Troy just said, I've got a bad feeling. They're hiding something. Why are you trusting them? What happened to little modeled ships in the conference room? Why'd you change it? I like the modeled ships. What did happen to the modeled ships in the conference room? Star Trek The Next Generation. I think it was season 5, season 6. They replaced the modeled ships with a different, more, 90s elegant thing with like little paneling. Not paneling. Little mini columns. Why'd they do that? Why did that happen? I like the model ships. It had all the other versions of the Enterprise on the conference room wall. And they totally ditched that. Brought it back on the next Enterprise, First Contact, and Picard broke it. He slammed his phaser into it. Broke all the models. I think after that, they just put a computer station there. Maybe that's what happened to the models the first time around. Somebody just got pissed and hit the models. That's entirely possible. Somebody on the ship had to make those models. It was probably Ensign Flavin. Ensign Flavin, what are you doing tonight? Certainly not going out with a woman. Could you make some small models of ships and glue them together and then glue them onto the conference room so that we can remember our heritage? I sure thing, Captain. So excited. We're going to put the Enterprise NCC 1701, 1701A, 1701B, 1701C. Ensign Flavin. I think when the Enterprise finally crash landed, I don't think he made it. I'm pretty sure he was the guy that the shelf fell over. There was a scene, now that I think about it, in Star Trek Generations where the ship is crashing. And it cuts to what I think is a science lab. And there was like a shelf of instruments that fell on top of somebody. And as I think about it, I'm thinking to myself, was that guy still working? The ship was in the process of crashing? No, I got to finish measuring these beakers. You know, this acid base test isn't going to finish itself, guys. Science waits for no crash landing. Yeah, he didn't make it. He died. Ugh. That's a shame. That really is a shame. There's a guy on a skateboard with a delivery pack. He's delivering food. Is that the world we live in today? Maybe he knows something I don't. Well, there's more traffic. Everyone's back from the holidays. It was nice while it lasted. But now everyone's getting back, jumping in, putting their energy into it. With their New Year's resolutions. We're going to do this. My New Year's resolution is... I maintained my New Year's resolution. I was successfully able to hide my panic attack yesterday. I don't think anybody noticed, because I was doing everything possible to stop from shaking my entire body. So that was fun, wasn't it? Yes, indeed it was. Oh, man. You need to have a positive attitude. It's important to have a positive attitude. It's important to have a positive attitude. Positive, positive, positive. So that's the attitude we're going to have. A nice, positive attitude. I think the closest I can get to a positive attitude is slightly detached. That feels more attainable to me. And what I mean by slightly detached is instead of saying, oh my God, I'm freaking out, I say, oh look, I'm freaking out. It's that shift. I think that's really the best case scenario at this point in time. I feel like this commute is taking forever. Of course the meditation failed. Get Ensign Flavin in here. Make some models. Well, you know what? I should talk about this. This was the one thing I was actually meaning to talk about on this podcast. The Matrix. The Matrix. Here's my question. If they know that the entire Matrix is a simulation, why are they still wearing sunglasses? There is no sun. There's no glare. And yet, they wear sunglasses. If I knew that it was all an illusion and there was no glare and I could see the entire universe as just a series of numbers, I would not wear sunglasses. I just don't like the feel. I don't like the way they feel on my face, even though they're fake sunglasses and it's not a real face in the simulation. Still. Then I got to remember the sunglasses. So now I'm remembering sunglasses that aren't even there. So if I forget the sunglasses at a restaurant, I got to go back to the restaurant that isn't there, ask the waiter that isn't there, hey, did you see a pair of sunglasses? And he hands me the pair of sunglasses, and none of it matters! I hate sunglasses. I don't care how cool they look. If I put on sunglasses, I don't look cool. Now I'm just a Jew who has sensitive vision. Can't stand sunglasses. All right, so what now? What now, I ask you? That's a fantastic question. That's a truly fantastic question. What now, I ask you? Now we're arriving at our destination. I'm about to get out of my car and have a fantastic day. Absolutely not true, but why not just throw it out there? Have a fantastic day. That is my question. Let's just lie to ourselves and say we're going to have a fantastic day. And print.